George Michael's Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1. This album was released in 1990. I remember very vividly, I was working at Hastings Records at the time, and there are 4 albums that we had sort of in rotation between us. We had Public Enemy's Free of a Black Planet. I put in Adrian Belew's Young Lions. 9 Inch Nails' Pretty Hate Machine was another one. And then there was this one that we all kind of generally had in regular rotation. Of those 4 albums, I purchased the other 3, but I never got around to purchasing this album. And it's one of those albums that I look back and wonder, like, if my life would have been different if I'd have followed the path of listening to this album as closely as I had the other ones. Now, when this album was released, it was a deliberate departure from what George Michael had been known to up to that point. Aside from the sort of lead single, Freedom 90, the rest of the album didn't really follow his normal dance floor pop that he was really well associated and known for, and he had done so well, so successfully on his previous album, Faith. He wanted to be taken seriously, and the album was really critically acclaimed, but kind of fell flat with the audience. I think it was a little bit of a hard translation for him, and unfortunately, all of the momentum that he had in America from Faith, which is such a hugely popular and crucial album for George Michael, kind of stalled in the U.S. But it was a bold pivot in his career arc that he would carry on through the rest of his albums, all the way up until he passed away a few years ago. Now, what I see in this album as I'm going back and checking it out is I'm remembering how great a singer George Michael actually was. I mean, he's fantastic on this album. His voice is just great. And I was really also thinking back to whenever, after Freddie Mercury had passed on, they did a concert for Freddie Mercury, and he came on and did Someone to Love with Queen. And he was one of the few people, I think, that could have stepped into Freddie Mercury's shoes as the lead singer of Queen and really pulled it off. He was fantastic in that performance, and his vocal ability shines really strongly on this album. And while Listen Without Prejudice Volume 1 probably wasn't as explosively remarkable as Faith was, it still really demands a lot of attention because of its thoughtfulness and its seriousness. Now, in my mind, on this album, the fractured moment that George Michael is working through here is dealing with public expectation versus his own private authenticity. That was really what he put on full display on this album, and it really goes off tremendously well.